Hi, welcome to my Yoga Stretch Fusion class. I'm Jennifer Wagner with Collective Wellness. Today, by request, I'm going to be doing a wall version of this class. So we're staying on the floor still, but it's all done through the wall. My friend Shelly reminded me that I used to do this in my classes and people just felt great at the end. It's very beneficial if you have lower back issues or if you tend to have swelling in the lower extremities. Especially by the end of the day, this is a perfect class for you. Please make sure to exercise within your abilities, and if you experience any difficulties, stop and seek a physician right away. All right, let's get started. Find a space, find a wall space, and we'll get started. And welcome back to my wall version of my Yoga Stretch Fusion. We're gonna start, just real quick, make sure the end of your mat is right up against that wall there, and then we're going to come onto our hands and knees. And before you do an extension, I want you to make sure that you're a little ways away from the wall. Hands directly underneath the shoulders. You can make a fist at any time to protect your wrist, or you can even curl the mat under and take the pressure off your wrists that way too. Knees underneath the hips. Hips are center. From here, opposite arm, opposite leg. You're going to extending straight out and then coming down and then switch. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Inhale, coming up and exhale down. Inhale up and down. Keeping that neutral spine. Pull your abdominals in and keeping your hips center also. Inhale, exhale. Let's do one more time each. Little extended child's pose, sitting back. Extending the hands out in front as you shift your hips back and press your chest down. Arms staying off the mat. And then coming up. Hands right below the shoulders again. Again, you can make the fist if you'd like. Going into cat-cow. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Tuck your tailbone under as you tuck your chin under. Arch your back to the sky as far as you can go. And then inhale into a cow stretch. Tailbone out, chin is out, arching to the back. Again, make sure the crease of your elbows are forward so your elbows are tucked in. Back and forth, moving through your spine. This is a great stretch to do just this part if you feel like your back is feeling a little stressed. So even just this alone can be helpful for you. Again, exhale and inhale. And then in child's pose, arms by your sides. Curl yourself into a ball. You can always make a fist and stack your fist. Inhale, exhale. Go ahead and curl yourself up. And then we're going to go to the wall. I'm going to show you a little trick because getting your legs up and getting yourself all the way against there is sometimes a little challenging. So what you're going to do is you're going to put yourself up against the mat, legs in front of you, and just kind of lift your hip up just a tiny bit. So you're not all the way down with that hip, but your hip is lifted up a little bit. And then you're going to come down to your elbow and then you're going to swing your legs up and around. Get my mic up the thing here. And then you're going to shift. You can come down and then you can even wiggle yourself all the way against the wall. All right. So, first you can see my lovely toe socks that I wear. I love them, by the way. Keeps my toes separated and takes the pressure off of them. So we're going to start by
just in this position, hips all the way against. You want to make sure, I'm going to get myself here a little closer. You want to make sure your hips are there as close as you can. That way, there's not as much pressure in the back of the knees with that angle. And then arms just down by your sides. And just deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Start by pointing and flexing. I forgot to tell you, if you wear socks, it's a little bit easier when you're doing the wall exercises so that you can slide in and out of the movements. Just flexing and pointing. Push the toes to the sky and pull the toes down. One more time each. Go ahead and point, hold, and flex and hold. Pushing the heels to the sky, toes come down. At this point, you're going to point the toes as you slide your feet down. Then you're going to go out wide with your feet, and you're going to come up and around, make a circle. And again. Inhale. Exhale. So my wall version of my yoga stretch fusion does resemble some yin yoga. We're going to hold some poses. But the nice thing is that you have that wall to kind of help you, support you through that stretch. One more time. Switch directions. Keeping your back against the floor, hips stay down. So just go into the pose as far as your legs and hips will let you. One more time. All right, arms up over your head, reaching as far as you can for a nice little stretch. Inhale. Exhale, bring one leg in towards you as you grab a hold of the leg, pulling in, and then inhale, open, and switch. Inhale, open, exhale, reach. Keeping that leg as much as you can straight to the sky. Again, exhale, and exhale. Let's do one more time each. And release. Arms come back down by your sides. We're going to go into a knee tuck, so kind of a lower back stretched right off the bat. So you're going to slide your feet down and then have your feet planted. I still want you to try to keep your hips down. So if that means you're here, that's fine. Go into it as far as you can, but I want you to pull those heels down as far as you can. And then you're going to grab a hold of those arms, and then you're going to go into a tuck. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back down. Good, and then you're going to open up into a butterfly. And you're just going to go in and out of that pose. So open and close. Bottoms of your feet are facing each other when you open. Inhale. Exhale. So we're creating that dynamic stretching first. So you're opening and closing, kind of like a little warm up with the stretching. open up and hold. Bottoms of your feet together. And your feet can come down as far as you can. If you have to be up here, that's okay. And then shake your hands to the inside of your thighs if you wish, and just gently press away. What I want you to do is take deep breaths in. This is where the yin yoga comes into play. Is exhale, let your body release. Let the hips, the groin, inner thighs, just kind of let them melt away. So you're relaxing those reflexes, those stretching reflexes that want to hold on. And just kind of let them go and open. And inhale and exhale. You can close your eyes during this part and just let those hips go. Make sure your tailbone is still on the floor. And you gently push away a little more. Inhale and exhale. Couple more breaths. Bring your knees in towards each other. You're going to walk your feet up a little bit. I still want you to have your feet planted. Knees are bent, hands down by your sides. You're going to activate the core as you lift your hips up off the floor. And you're going to come up as high as you can go. And then you're going to go right back down. When you come up, make sure the support is in the shoulders, not in your neck. Using the core to lift, feet are planted. Feel that in your abs and your back. There you go, again. You're gonna start to feel this through the legs too as you push through. Let's do a couple more. One more time. This time you're gonna come up and hold. And again, the support is to the shoulders, not to the neck. And then pulsing up. Push the heels into the wall. Inhale. Exhale. Might be feeling this in the tush a little bit. That's good. And down. Little break. Extend the legs. Now, if you ended up, like for me, I've kind of shimmied myself away. You can always work your way back. Okay, slide your feet back down. You're going to do that one more time. We're going to change it up a little bit. Feet are planted, so you can stay with that version if you want. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more through the core and the legs, take one leg off the floor. All right, engage the core, support through the shoulder blades, and lifting up. And down. Now you don't have to go very far. If you're just lifting up a tiny bit, that's okay. You're still activating everything. The leg that's off the floor is straight up to the sky. Push into your heel of the wall. Feel the legs firing up with it too. And you're gonna really feel this leg working. That's working on its own right now. One more time. Keep your core engaged. Switch feet, same thing. Leg is straight up. Again, you can keep both feet on the wall if you need to. Engage how far is best for you. Pushing the heel into the wall. Feel those legs firing up. And again, we are not going into our neck for support. We're staying in the shoulders. Let's do one more time. And release. Good. And extending out. Go ahead and point and flex. Little break. And if you end up working your way back, go ahead, fix the clothes. Okay, feet are flexed. Push the heels to the sky. And then bring your one leg in. Feel this through the back of the legs. Push the heel to the sky. And then point and flex. Feel that through the shins, through the hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and rotate the ankle. Keep your legs straight up to the sky as much as you can. Rotate the other way. Switch legs. Bring your leg in, grab a hold of it, and then make sure it's nice and straight as much as you can. Pressing the heel, hear that nice pop there. Pushing the heel to the sky. And now point and flex. I want you to really push the heel to the sky and push the toes to the sky. Inhale, exhale. Rotate your ankle now. Rotate the other way. And release. Taking your opposite foot, so whichever one you were doing, take your ankle to your knee as much as you can, and then let this knee move away from you. So right here might be enough for you to feel the hip rotator stretch, but I'm going to go a little further, of course, and you go into it as far as you can. So your other foot is going to slide down. You're going to bend your other knee, and then you're just going to go down into it as far as you can. You get to a point where you're like, oh, okay, that's enough. Breathe, deep breaths in. Try to let that hip almost kind of drop down to the mat. That'll help you release that hip a little bit more using that guided imagery. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the knee away from you as much as you can. This is a great stretch if you have sciatic nerve issues, lower back issues. Everything's kind of connected when it comes to the hip joint being too tight. This is the yin yoga side of it, so we're holding that stretch. And see if you can even go a little further. Slide your foot down a little more. Deep breath in. And just let the hip release, dropping down if you can, sinking down. There you go. Deep breaths in, release. Again, going into this pose as far as your body is ready for it. At this point, we're just going to kind of rock side to side. It's just a little rocking movement. Feel that stretch move as you rock. If you find a spot, just kind of hang out there and let it work its way out. Center, slide your feet out, and then release, and switch legs. Cross your ankle over, move the knee away from you to start with. And again, this might be where you're at, and that's fine. If you can go further, start to slide your foot down, bending at the knee, and you might find that one side's a little better than the other. That's okay. This one's a little tighter for me, so I'm going to feel this a little bit early on. Deep breath in and exhale. Let the hip melt down towards the mat. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can walk your foot a little further down. Whew. For me, this is already here. Just let it open up. Try to keep your hips centered. You want to avoid shifting. And then rock side to side if you wish. Take it slow. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that melting away, the tension releasing. Inhale. Exhale. Center. Release. Walk your feet all the way up. Check your hips. See if you need to go back against that wall again. And then just kind of take a break right here. Inhale. Exhale. That might have been very intense for those hips. Okay, at this point you're going to walk your feet out. And then just keep walking out. We're going to go into the inner thigh split. Hopefully my feet stay in the screen. You're going to go out as wide as you can. And then flex your feet. Legs stay against the wall. And just let your inner thighs just open up. Let the legs just kind of splint out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Allow yourself to go further. You're feeling that through the inner thigh and groin. Again, this is the yin yoga, just kind of holding there. Deep breaths. Let your body just flow further into the stretch. Inhale. Exhale. And walk your feet in, one at a time, coming in. Slide your feet down, knees are bent, and knees are together. We're going to go into that tuck. And down. Arms are out like a T, palms facing up. We're going to go into a spinal twist. You're going to walk your feet to one side, keeping your shoulders on the floor. And you're just walking as far as you can into that spinal twist. This is a great one to have, actually, you can grab this, a blanket or a block if you feel like you need a little bit of support. Inhale, exhale, keeping shoulders down. From here you can look away and feel that stretch even more through the spine. Center and walk your feet back in. And then you're going to walk to the other side. And again, you can use the blanket or a block. Walk your feet to the other side. final twist. Make sure your shoulders stay on the floor. You can look away from your twist. Feel that a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back in. And then extend the legs, arms up over your head, reaching as far as you can. We're going to go into some of those stretches just one more time to see how you feel. Hopefully a little bit more flexible. So you're going to start with the butterfly. Slide your feet down. Inside of your feet are together and just gently press away. And hopefully you can go a little further into that stretch. And take your hands to your thighs, not your knees, and gently push away. Inhale. Exhale. Coming in, sliding back up. One leg comes in, keeping your legs straight, point and flex. If you have tight hamstrings, you're really going to feel this one. Hamstrings and lower back can be a problem together. Rotate your ankles. So if you have tight hamstrings, they're going to be pulling on something. They're going to go in through the glutes and then, of course, pull on that lower back. Switch legs. Point and flex. Really push the toes or the heels to the sky. Rotate your ankle. Okay, release, switch legs, cross the ankle over, slide your foot down, going into that hip rotator stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure that knee is away from you as much as you can. Hips are down as much as you can. Release and switch legs. Inhale. Exhale. Release and feet out wide. Going into that split, flex the foot, push your heel away from you as you feel it through the inner thigh and groin. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back together and bend those knees, feet are flat, arms out like a T. You're going to start with your twist away from me. So twisting to the side, walk your feet around, keep both shoulders on the floor. Going into it as far as you're comfortable. Again, you can use the block or a blanket rolled up. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your feet back up. And then now you're going to twist the other direction. Walk your feet around. Shoulders stay on the floor. Go into it as far as you can. Inhale. Exhale. And bring your opposite hand up and over, turning your whole body towards me. Come to your elbow and then you're going to lift yourself up. And then bring yourself into a seated position. Sitting comfortably, legs crossed but not overlapped. Sitting nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale.
deep breath in, reach for the sky. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. And namaste. Thank you so much for joining my class. I hoped you liked it and it gave a little relief on your back and your legs. If you'd like notifications for my other classes, you can just click on that little picture of me and you'll get notifications and classes for free. Thank you so much for coming. I'm Jennifer Wagner with Collective Wellness. Come back again.